All right, it is time to turn in your quarter one art journals. So let's go down to our module buttons, and we're going to go to module 2, art journals quarter one. And when we go to that module, I just want to remind you guys all that your actual prompt, so that's what encourages you to make your art, that it is this page that's listed here. And please remember that there is a Google Slides that goes through all the prompts with you, gives you a lot of different examples from your peers, from art history. So you're going to have a Google document that you want to look at, and you're going to want to watch this video if you've not done so yet. But let's get back to the turn-in process. So with the submission, you can see that it's indented here. This is the assignment. It says the due date, and it is worth 120 points, guys. So this is going to be a little bit different than what you have done before. So the assignment says, please refer to this Google Slides presentation and this video for submission requirements and grading. You'll be sharing a link to your Google Slides presentation, which will act as a portfolio for your quarter one art journal creative entries. I'm so excited to see what you made. So let's click on this Google Slides presentation. And let's talk about what the requirements are for your quarter one art journals. So you are going to make a Google Slides, a brand new Google Slides that is completely made by you and all that type of good stuff. Let's wait for this to load. Maybe it'll never load. All right, here we go. So sorry about that, guys. For your Google Slides, I have a few requirements for you. You must have a title slide with your first and last name and period that you're in. Each slide must be titled with the element and principal pairing in this order, please. I'd like to see your line, then shape, then color, then texture, then value, then form, and if you decided to do the bonus, space and whatever principal. So as you can see here, there's blank spots. That's because, remember, I did not require you to do line and, let's say, repetition or line and emphasis. Those were left up to you. So as a reminder, you're going to fill in these blanks with one of these principles of design. And they are emphasis, balance, repetition, proportion and scale, movement, unity, and variety. Just again, remember, it's a matching game and your whole artwork is based out of whatever element and principle you paired up. Each slide must list the art materials used to create the artwork. Your last slide must include a reflection about your journal prompts. Which piece of art is your favorite and why? So if you've been counting along, your slide should be 8 slides long. You have a title slide, you have an ending slide, and you have 6 prompt slides. If you do the bonus, then you would have a 9-slide presentation. Grading. This project is worth 120 points. It is 20 points per prompt. We're going to be doing 5 points for creativity and originality. So I want to see something I haven't seen before. I don't want you to just copy one of the peer examples that you've done. I want you to come up with your own idea for all those different elements and principles of art. 5 points for thoughtfulness and craftsmanship. So if you just scribble all over the paper with pencil, that's not really putting a lot of thought or effort behind your artwork. I'm giving you a good chunk of time to work on these. Some of you have been working on them all quarter. Even if you only take the 2 weeks in class to work on these, you should be spending a lot of time on these pieces of art. It shouldn't be something that you whip up in 5 minutes. I would say 30 minutes to an hour is a really great amount of time to spend on an art prompt, an art or a creative art and creative journal entry. 5 points for connection to the prompt. So I'm going to be checking to make sure that if you choose line and emphasis, you actually emphasize the line into your artwork and didn't just put words down. If it doesn't make sense, it doesn't connect to your element, and it doesn't connect to your principle, you're going to receive points off for not connecting to what the actual prompt is. 5 points for edge-to-edge completion. I don't want to see a teeny tiny little dot on a piece of paper. I want the whole entire paper filled up. You will receive bonus points for space and principle. You can also receive bonus points for taking extra time to make your presentation look amazing. I'm showing you the bare minimum option in what's about to follow. Please get creative if you wish. And submission, which we'll go over at the end of this presentation, is just going to be sharing a link to view your presentation. You're not having to actually upload anything this time. So here's an example of my Q1 art journal Google slide presentation. I kept it really basic. I have my name and period 1 on it. My first pairing is line and movement. I have a nice big picture here. Your picture should take up the majority of the space here. And now that we're on the topic of pictures, please make sure you're actually taking a very good picture. Remember that I've got to be able to see your face or see some sort of identification of you as a person. It can't just be like, hey, here's this cool piece of artwork that I stole from the internet. I need to actually know that it's you. Now, speaking on that, please make sure that when you take a picture that the lighting is good. If you don't have light actually hitting the picture, I'm not going to be able to see what it is, and I'm not going to be able to give you full credit. A big suggestion I have is to always take your pictures when natural light is facing you. I think it takes the best pictures possible. If it's easier for you, you can take a picture on your phone and send that image with your phone to your email, and then you can download it to your drive from there. That's a really good recommendation. So you can see I also have the art materials listed here: Sharpie, shape and repetition, art materials, marker. Now, if you want to go above and beyond and describe the piece of artwork to me, describe how you were able to make it, what you like about it, I love to have that communication back and forth with you guys, but I don't expect it. Color and emphasis, art materials were Sharpie and watercolor. Texture and balance, art materials were black paint and CDs. Value and variety, it's a tongue twister. Charcoal and watercolor were the art materials here. Form and proportion and scale, the art material was Sharpie. And for bonus, space and unity, art materials were color pencil and markers. And here's just a paragraph of reflection of what my favorite art journal prompt was and why. So when you are done with your presentation, it is time to submit your work. So what you want to do when you have your presentation ready, you want to go to the share button. And you're going to get a window that pops up, and it's going to say share with people in groups. I don't want you to do that. Please do not email it to me, because then I have to go and search through a bajillion emails. Instead, push the option that says get link and push copy link. And a little window should pop up that says link copied. Then go back to this page, the Q1 art journal submission, and push submit assignment. And look at how easy this is. Website URL, and just go Control V for paste. Boom. Hit submit assignment. Done. Now, if you'd like to double check that you actually submitted it and it looks right, you can go over here to submission details. And you can see what I'm going to see actually. You can either view it in a new tab, or you can click here. And I can see my whole presentation now. And that's it, guys. I cannot wait to see what you create. Get to work.